Hello class. Well, I spent yesterday, a good chunk of yesterday, doing this drawing. So remember we spoke about the tray of sweets, and I've got my Reese's peanut butter and crunchies and all of these other swizzles and swirls and lollipops and what have you. And I looked at it long and hard and tried to keep it absolutely just as it was. And I found this little plastic tray that some Kinder things came in over Easter, and I've put them all in that so I can move it about. So I'm going to move it out of the way and show you what I've done. And I've got a picture, just a regular piece of paper. I've got the picture all drawn out in line. And now the task is relatively straightforward, relatively easy to get the bulk of the colour in. And so let me just bring it back a little bit to show you how I'm going to approach this. Now, in my case, I'm going to use a combination, as I often do, and as you know about me, of watercolour pencil and watercolours themselves. So if I move my camera that I'm recording this with over to the left, you can see pretty much what I've got over on the desk here. So pencils, watercolour, and all the other bits and pieces that I need, you know, drawing pencil and so on and so forth. And I'm going to look at this Reese's peanut butter cup packet, and in this what we see is an orange packet, but we must remember that we are now moving beyond lower school. That's orange, let's colour it in orange. Very basic, very clunky approach to how we use colour. What we're really doing now is looking very hard and making a very sophisticated drawing to get this right. So if I point to this bit here, I'll use my brush. If I point to this bit here, what I can see isn't just orange, but it's very dark orange. And if you put me on the spot and said, what sort of orange is it? I would say it's quite a browny orange. There's a lot of brown in there. And it's as simple as that. That's how we approach, how we do our colouring. If it's a browny orange, in this case, then I'm going to put some brown in with my orange. If I look at these yellows, I see that, is this a bright, sharp, zingy yellow? Was it a rich, golden honey yellow? And I ask myself these questions as I go around, because there's a difference between this lemon yellow here and this more middle sunflower yellow. And this is how we approach each thing. What I don't do is say, I'm going to colour all this in orange, all this in yellow, all this in yellow, all exactly the same, just so I can rush this, get it done and get gone. Because in this drawing, which is going to be a significant piece of work and painting, we are going to tick lots of boxes for our assessment objectives and get lots and lots of marks. We've spoken about these being extraordinary times and how we need to restructure our portfolio based on the fact that we're in lockdown. And so I'm getting you to do work that is now going to tick all of the boxes in a compressed period of time in very focused work. So this is the equivalent in English of doing a really extensive essay using superb vocabulary, fantastic syntax, brilliant metaphor, and all of the other bits and pieces that we need to have. So if we continue this analogy with English, we can say that what we've really done so far is structure our essay. And the essay structure is the line drawing. And now I'm going to choose some colours, so I'll get these oranges out. So this is my orange and brown section, and I'm going to start on the Reese's peanut butter packet. I'll just start down here. And I ask myself, is that the same orange that there is there? Well, absolutely it is not. There's a long way to go with this. But I can put the basic orange down. So let me take this more reddy orange and say, is that better? Oh yeah, that's much better. So that's going to go on top. And in my case, with these watercolour pencils that I got, and I do advise you get some if you possibly can, what I can then do, having put them down, is use a little bit of water and mush it all together and allow those colours to blend nicely. What I might choose in other areas is to get the watercolours out, and in my watercolour set I know that I've got lots of oranges in here, and maybe I'll put some of those in. And I keep asking myself the question, is that the correct orange for there? What I'm doing, this shadowy bit of orange. It's not bad, you know. I think we're getting there. So this combination of dark oranges and my watercolour pencils. And you know what? I might spend a couple of hours on this bit here. Maybe that's going to be my day's work. And certainly to do the whole picture, I think it's going to take me this week to get this sorted. And so year 10, that's the set work for this week. To plan out and to draw a plate of confectionery in brightly lovely coloured packets, and then to start bringing in the colour and getting it right. And by the end of the week, I'm going to ask you to start thinking about showing me the results. So we need to figure out a way of doing that, or I should say, you need to start figuring out a way of doing that. Almost certainly you've all got mobile phones and you can take a snap and send it me, and then I can give you a little bit of feedback. Okay, I hope you're well, keep safe, stay inside, and I will speak to you before too long. Bye bye.